Honeybees, striped marvels buzzing from flower to flower. They're like tiny flying gardeners, bringing sweetness to our world. We love them for their honey, of course, but they do so much more. These busybodies are pollination superstars. Imagine a world without apples, almonds, or blueberries. That's what life would be like without honeybees. They're responsible for pollinating a huge chunk of the food we eat. Without them, our plates would be a lot less colourful and a lot less tasty. But honeybees aren't just important, they're downright fascinating. Their hives are bustling cities, with each bee playing a specific role. There's the queen bee, whose main royal duty is to lay several eggs. The drones, the males, just hang out waiting for their chance to meet the queen. And then there are the worker bees, the real heroes of the hive. These tireless ladies do it all, cleaning, building, guarding, and of course making honey. It's a complex process involving teamwork and dedication. And the result, liquid gold. If you ever see a honeybee buzzing by, give it a little nod of thanks. It deserves it. These tiny creatures are essential to our planet and a joy to learn about or observe in the right setting. Now, let's talk honey. It's sticky, it's sweet, and it's regurgitated nectar. You heard right, regurgitated, but don't let that put you off though. This is how honeybees do their thing, and it's quite remarkable. Worker bees suck up nectar from flowers using their long tongues. They store this sugary goodness in a special honey sac, separate from their stomach. Back at the hive, they regurgitate the nectar to other worker bees, who chew on it, breaking down the complex sugars. This process is repeated over and over, and each time the nectar gets a little closer to becoming honey. Finally, the bees deposit the honey into honeycomb cells, where they fan it with their wings to evaporate excess moisture. Once the honey is thick enough, they seal the cells with beeswax, like tiny jars of liquid gold. Other bee species, such as stingless bees, bumblebees and leafcutter bees, might make honey, but not like this. Honeybees are unique in their large-scale honey production and their complex social structure. They're like the master chefs of the bee world, creating a culinary masterpiece from simple ingredients. Ready for some bee-dazzling facts? Honeybees are full of surprises. Did you know that a single worker bee produces only about 1/12 of a teaspoon of honey in its entire lifetime? That's a lot of work for a tiny drop of sweetness. And speaking of work, a honeybee colony can visit up to 2 million flowers and fly over 55,000 miles to collect enough nectar for just 1 pound of honey. That's like flying around the world twice. These bees are true globetrotters, spreading pollen and sweetness wherever they go. Here's another fun fact. Honeybees communicate through dance. They perform a waggle dance to tell their hive mates the direction and distance to good food sources. It's like a bee version of GPS, but way more adorable. And if that's not enough to bee-maze you, consider this. Honey never spoils. Archaeologists have found pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs, thousands of years old, and it's still perfectly edible. Talk about a long shelf life. So, next time you see a honey bee buzzing around, remember these amazing creatures are more than just insects. They're tiny wonders of nature. They're hardworking, intelligent, and incredibly important to our planet. And now, for the grand finale, a little bee humor. Why did the bee get married? Because he found his honey, get it? He found his honey, he found his love. Okay, maybe it's a better joke if you're a bee. Anyway, the point is, bees are awesome. Let's appreciate these buzzing buddies and all the sweet things they do for us. Thanks for watching and subscribing for more beauty in the everyday.